The first time I saw her, the alien woman stood at the far end of the docking bay, surrounded by an entourage of nervous diplomats and overworked engineers. The ship behind her, an iridescent triple-keeled vessel with curves like liquid starlight, hovered silently above the platform. Even the gravity regulators hummed softer around her, as though the station itself were shy in her presence. I had come to Docking Ring C to repair a faulty atmosphere seal. That was it, one simple job, the kind of maintenance work I'd done 100 times before on orbital station Kestrel 9. But the moment I saw her, with her crystalline skin and luminous teal eyes, my brain forgot every engineering procedure I'd ever learned. Her species, the Valir, were the most recent addition to the Galactic Accord. In the last 3 months, Kestrel 9 had hosted 7 diplomatic visits, none of which concerned me. I was a wrench-turner, not a negotiator. My job was to keep the station from venting its occupants into the void. But protocol or not, I couldn't look away from her. She was tall, taller than any human aboard the station, with elongated limbs shaped in elegant arcs. Her legs, in particular, were covered in faint bioluminescent veins that pulsed like slow lightning beneath her translucent skin. Every time she shifted her weight, the lights rippled, throwing soft reflections across the polished floors. When she caught me staring, I panicked and pretended to inspect a pressure gauge that absolutely did not need inspecting. Still, I could feel her eyes on me, curious, unblinking. I should have walked away. But I didn't. 2 hours later, after her delegation had dispersed to the diplomatic lounges, I was still in Docking Ring C, collecting my tools in slow motion. That's when I heard footsteps that were too light to belong to a human. "Engineer," a melodic voice said behind me. "You remained here longer than your task required." Turned. There she was. Alone. Up close, she was even more breathtaking. Her hair a cascade of shimmering fibers that floated as if underwater. Her face a smooth sculpture of gentle angularity. She wasn't wearing a translator, yet somehow her words resonated directly in my mind, each one perfectly clear. Yes, I stammered. "Just finishing up. Making sure everything is fully sealed." Her head tilted. "Your heartbeat increased when you saw me earlier." Froze. "You could hear that." "I can hear it now." I considered inventing some excuse. Station humidity, elevated workload, allergic reaction to diplomatic pressure, but the truth slipped out before I could throttle it. "You're stunning." Her luminous eyes blinked. Once. Slowly. And then, in a moment I will regret replaying in my brain for the rest of my natural life, I added. "Especially your legs. They're incredible." Silence. A vacuum-like silence that made every hair on my neck stand up. Her pupils contracted into narrow slits. The bioluminescent veins on her legs brightened. She stepped closer, not with menace, but with a kind of deliberate intensity that rearranges your heartbeat whether you like it or not. "You admire my legs," she repeated, voice soft as a drifting nebula. "Yet you understand nothing of what they signify." My mouth went dry. What do they signify?" Her response made my heart stop. "They are a weapon." She lifted one leg, graceful as a dancer, and tapped the floor. The impact released a low-frequency vibration that rattled through my bones. The lights overhead flickered. Our limbs contain harmonized energy structures. They can disassemble matter at the atomic level when resonating at combat frequency, she said. Among the Valir, to comment on one's legs is either an invitation to battle or an invitation to bond. I swallowed so hard it echoed. Bond. Like, romantically. Romance, she echoed thoughtfully. A human concept for selective emotional connection with periods of conflict and cooperation. In Valir, Luminescent veins dimmed, shifting into a calm lavender glow. I realized it might be the Valir equivalent of relaxing one's posture. "What's your name?" I asked. "I am called Cerathis Volkor," she said. "But among other species, I shorten it to Sarah." "Sarah," I repeated. "I'm Rowan." Her eyes softened. "Rowan. Your vocalization carries harmonious tones." "Pleasant. Thanks. Most people tell me I sound tired." "You do. But pleasantly." I laughed despite myself. "So, Sarah, bonding among the Valir. What exactly does that involve?" "It is the merging of energy patterns," she said. Two individuals synchronize their biofields. Their thoughts, emotions, and senses intertwine. That sounds intense. It is. And dangerous. If one mind overwhelms the other, both can be damaged. Permanently. I pause. "This is why your accidental invitation startled me." "Yeah," I said. "I can see that now." We reached a quiet observation deck overlooking an asteroid belt glittering like scattered diamonds. Sarah stood beside me, her reflections dancing across the glass. "You truly admired my legs," she said softly. "Why?" "They were beautiful," I admitted. "I didn't know they could vaporize me." "They could," she said. "But they won't." I glanced at her. "Because we're talking." "Because your admiration was genuine," she said. "Not strategic. Not manipulative. Honest." "Well, honestly speaking, I think you're extraordinary. Not just the legs. All of you." Her glow brightened again, this time not sharply but warmly. "You surprise me, Rowan." "Good surprise." "Uncertain," she said. "But not unpleasant." That was when she touched my hand. It was gentle, barely a whisper of contact, but a wave of warmth surged through me, like stepping into sunlight after years in the cold. My entire body tingled. Her bioluminescent veins pulsed in rhythm with my heartbeat. She withdrew quickly. "Your energy pattern aligns unusually well with mine." "Is that good?" "It is rare." She looked out at the stars again. "Rarer than I expected to encounter on this station." "Sarah, does that mean?" I hesitated. "It means," she said slowly, "that if we chose bonding, it would not be impossible." My heart fluttered like a faulty gyro. "But not today," she added firmly. "Right. Of course. This requires understanding," she said. "Patience. Time." "I've got time," I said. "As long as you'll be here a while." She gave that shimmering laugh again. "I will be here for the next 6 lunar cycles. That is sufficient." I exhaled a breath I didn't realize I'd been holding. "So, we get to know each other." "Yes." She extended her hand. Not for energy merging, just a gesture. "Beginning. We begin with conversation. And perhaps admiration." I grinned. "I can do admiration." "I know," she said. "You already admired my legs." I groaned. "I'm never living that down, am I?" "No," she said. "But I did not dislike it." We stood together, watching the stars drift in endless silence. No fear now, only possibility. In that moment, I realized something profound. I had told an alien woman her legs were stunning. Her response had nearly killed me. But in the end, it might have also started the most extraordinary connection of my life.